Hi there, and welcome to the Seaside Lane channel, where I like to do my mom chores of cleaning and dishes and everything that mamas do during the day, as well as share God's word with your heart. And today I'm going to dive into John chapter 15, which is sometimes known as the vine section, about the Lord being the true vine. Thank you for joining me today. I am Morgan Lane. I have 3 young elementary age daughters. I am married to a lieutenant in the fire service, and I have a dog and a guinea pig, and I love to share my chores with you and what God has laid on my heart to hopefully encourage you to make your heart and your home for your family in this season of life that you are in. My younger brother lives on the north shore of Hawaii in Oahu, and his church, Sunset Beach Worship, has just come out with an album this summer, and one of the first tracks is called The Vine, and my daughters and I have been listening to it over and over, and they have it memorized and they love it. And so today my oldest was asking about, where does this verse come from in the Bible, and what is God talking about? So we decided to Bible journal the John chapter 15 together, and I just wanted to read that for you as I started my chores today and thinking about the vine and the Lord. So it goes like this. John 15 says, "I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine dresser. Every branch in me that does not bear fruit he takes away, and every branch that does bear fruit he prunes, that it may bear more fruit. Already you are clean because of the word I have spoken to you. Abide in me, and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit by itself unless it abides in the vine, neither can you unless you abide in me. I am the vine, and you are the branches. Whoever abides in me and I in him, he it is that bears much fruit, for apart from me you can do nothing. If anyone does not abide in me, he is thrown away like a branch and withers, and the branches are gathered, thrown into the fire, and burned. If you abide in me, and my word abide in you, ask whatever you wish, and it will be done for you. By this my Father is glorified, that you bear much fruit, and so prove to be my disciples. As the Father has loved me, so I have loved you. Abide in my love. If you keep my commandments, you will abide in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. These things I have spoken to you, that my joy may be in you, and that your joy may be full." So here is a little clip that will jump ahead to what is going to happen with painting, and my daughter and I painting about the Lord being the true vine. And all week this has been my thought of how often I feel like I've come into his presence and I have communed with the Lord, I've seen the Lord, I've seeked his will, I've talked to him, and my eyes and my heart and everything are gazed towards heaven. And then how quickly that when those moments end, my gaze drops. And instead of looking up to him, I start staring at the worldly things around me, and I forget so quickly that when my eyes look around and the circumstances and things right in front of me, and I lose the heavenly gaze, that I feel inadequate and that I feel like I don't have the ability or the strength. But obviously in those times with the Lord, he tells you that he has equipped you and he has appointed you. And I was reading this verse with my daughter, this whole section, the whole chapter, so John 15 with my daughter, and we even read past the section on the vine, which is verses 1 through 11, and verse 16 just popped out, and it said, as we read it, "You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you that you should go and bear fruit, and that your fruit should abide." And I was just like, okay, Lord, you have fully equipped and appointed me to do the things that you have called me to do in this season. Even with these short little videos that I just now have started to create within the past year, I let the enemy, he seems to sneak in, and he gives those one little liners of you don't match up, or you don't know enough, or there is a lot of things between these pages, when I open my word, that I don't understand and I haven't studied because I didn't go to Bible school and I'm not some scholarly driven type personality. But over and over, I just feel like the Lord has been teaching me to release any pride and just keep growing and keep abiding. So we finished our chores, and now we're going to have a little bit of a tea party. So we had some leftover cookie dough. So we'll do chores, tea party, and then Bible art. And so my train of thought is that I'm not one of those personalities that is like, schools and academics, and I love, some of my friends are like brilliant people, and I'll just hang out with them or jog with them, and I just listen, and I feel like it's a podcast, whereas I just soak it all up. But the Lord keeps saying, just release my pride, and reminding me that, like, my husband keeps joking, but as long as YouTube allows me to talk about Jesus in my videos, then it is like one of my life missions to keep telling people about the Lord and about his love, because it's gonna take a lifetime and forever to keep knowing him, because he is infinite and holy and mysterious and amazing. So it's a bit dramatic, obviously, to say like keep talking about God as long as I can, but really just he loves me, and I want to share that, and staying connected to him and keeping my eyes heavenward and on him completely makes a difference. And so that was really amazing to talk with my daughter about that, and that I had to keep reminding myself too, there are so many other mamas, which is a lot of you out there, that are serving and loving and doing the best to cultivate a home and an atmosphere where the Lord is welcome. And that's who I'm here to connect with. I'm not perfect, I'm not anything, but just that we all can work together to make our homes a haven, and to keep our gazes looking to him and in the true vine with every single step. So as I unload these dishes and clean up our little tea party mess, I will tell you that a moment I had with the Lord this week was kind of a picture of a sense, is that when you are a spouse of somebody in law enforcement or first responder, you have often many evenings where it's just you, because they are on shift, or they do night shifts or overnight or 24, 48, or even like wildfires where they will leave for an extended period of time. And I guess this is with military wives as well, you have solitude. So I was going to bed in my solitude of the evening, and I was imagining how when you place your head on somebody's chest, either I was thinking of my husband, and he was not there that night, or my kids, and you can hear their heartbeat and their breath, and just like their organs moving and this and that. So I felt a little bit alone, but I felt like the Lord saying, just like, pause, abide, and put your ear and head onto my chest, and just like find my flow and my rhythm and what I see for you and my will. And it was such a peace, and I felt like he was just saying, abide, like hear my heartbeat and know me more, and to stop looking around and start looking up, and that we don't have to appeal to everybody, and that we really have an audience of one to follow him and to listen to him, and that he kind of was like, there are other tired and weary moms that do appreciate short and simple and sweet little bits of chipperness in their headphones about him, and that he didn't design me to be a scholar, but I am a worshiper and a mama and a servant. And he just was like, find contentment in me, Morgan, in me alone, and that he's placed me here for a purpose, and that he picked me for this team in this place in this time, and to walk it out. And so one example of that, after that moment of realizing I need to keep in alignment with him through everything, I was going to serve at church that Sunday, and my family always teases me that I get put with the classroom of like the 2 and 3-year-olds, and that I just have a dozen tiny little tantrum, tired, hungry, morning nap time, diaper change, pacifiers. It's like 2-year-olds are that they're aware like mom is leaving me to go somewhere and I'm with this person, so they kind of are upset. And I just felt like even when I serve with them and I try to teach them even through the crazy of 2-year-olds, about the Lord and his love, I just have like an immense peace. And I'm like, the Lord has fully prepared me and equipped me and anointed me for such a time as this to love on 2-year-olds, because it is something that I have done in my lifetime, and raising little ones when I had basically 3 under the age of 3. And that is something he has gifted me and equipped me for. And I had felt so much peace just walking out of service with all those dozen little toddlers this week, and just knowing that my gifts are totally different than other people's gifts. But if I can wipe bottoms and noses and rock and hug, and this is the season that I am in, and to abide in that and abide in him, and that he will give me what I need. So this was not as much of a walk you through cleaning and encourage you to clean, more like a mini Morgan John 15 sermonette type thing. But my last thoughts are this, that he is saying he is the vine and we're just the branches. Or I was also thinking about it like he says, I am the shepherd and you are just the sheep. Like I don't, in a sense, I have to follow him, but yes, I don't have to do anything. I am the sheep. It is so simple. I am the branch. Like, I'll just follow you. Like, I just need to follow you. The branch says just to stay connected to the vine. And it automatically happens to bear the fruit that the Lord wants to bear in my life. How often do I complicate it and stress and look around? And he is just saying, almost like, chill, I am the vine and I am the shepherd. You are the sheep and the branch, and you just need to abide, and I will produce the fruit that will last. And I will equip you and I will point you to do all that you need in me within the 24 hours of the day. And that is my encouragement to you, to come to him, to fall more in love with him. And you might just be surprised at how he will take your breath away and equip you for all that he has placed before you. The song says, you are the vine, every good and perfect thing you provide. You are the vine, in your presence I have fullness of life. My greatest prize is to abide in Jesus Christ, the one true vine. And that is the lyrics of The Vine from Sunset Beach Worship. Thanks for joining me today, friends. Bye.